Hello viewers, welcome to KBOXtv. It's your boy Kofi Basi Jr. And as KBOXtv Live, we're here to talk about some few things happening in the world of boxing, especially in Nigeria, where we have a very big event coming up. LPMG and SBM promotions, coming together to make that event happen in Nigeria. Event is supposed to, or it's scheduled to happen at the Flox's place in Lekki Ajape Expressway in Lagos, Nigeria. So that's the big event that is scheduled to happen in Nigeria on Saturday night. It's going to be a very interesting card. Some of the fighters have already, the promoter has already landed from USA and is currently in Nigeria with preparing to make sure the event happens. LPMG boxing, and the same with SBM. Teaming up to make that event happen. A very exciting card with some Ghanaians and Nigerian boxers on the card. The particular one I'm very excited about is the return of Basti Samer. So Basti Samer will be returning on this particular card. Basti will be fighting Tabiru Towolawi. I hope I got the name right. Yeah, so Basti will be returning against Kabiru Towolawi in Nigeria. It's going to be a light heavyweight contest. Very, very solid opponent. Basti is returning against a very solid opponent who is also from Nigeria. So we'll be looking at how that fight will go. Also, Rashid Abolaji will be taking on Ghanaian Emmanuel Mate on that particular card. We also have Sunday Ajua facing Isaac Ekpo. Manu Planche, currently rated or ranked number 2 in the world, will also, return after like almost he's been out of the ring for quite a while. But of course, because of the COVID-19, he hasn't been able to fight. So he'll be returning to the ring this time. He'll be fighting Aminu Akintoya. This is a particular card that Habib Mohammed was built to fight on. He was supposed to fight on this event before he got the last minute chance to fight Fondora, Sebastian Fondora over last weekend on the PBC card. Originally, he was supposed to fight on this card. Details on if he's going to fight on this one is not yet confirmed, but I know he's on his way to Nigeria as we speak from the USA, and he's going to join his promoter Nelson Azuri as well as Akandere Taylor of SBM Promotions Management. So he's on his way right now as we talk, and he's going to land in Nigeria soon and also get prepared for the fight which is going to happen. So all these guys are going to be in Nigeria to make sure that this event happens. Also, we have trying to get the name right, Kazim Aziyo. He'll be fighting Samuel Opegun. Samuel Opegun has been fighting in Ghana for a while. He's been training and fighting for some time in Ghana. He's fought or he's had 7 fights. He's lost only 1, and he's won 6 fights. His fight against Kazim Ayoro will be for the Nigerian super lightweight title. So all eyes will be on this particular. And I think this is the title fight on the night. Samuel Opagun versus Kazim Ariyo. They'll be fighting for the Nigerian super lightweight title. So stay and keep your eyes on this one. And one fighter I'm really keeping an eyes on is the TPU Rock. His name is Tope Musa. Tope Musa will be fighting Wadi Usman. All right, they call him Skoro. So TPU Rock will be fighting Skoro in a featherweight clash. TP Rock or Tope Musa has won 7 fights, he's lost 1. Skoro is sort of like the more experienced fighter on this card or in this fight. He's won 15 fights and he's lost 5 fights. So he has more wins than the losses. A very credible opponent for up and coming or a rising star TP Rock. So we're going to see how he will be able to adjust or how he's going to fight and how he'll be able to live up to that up and coming name that we've been calling him, because it's a talent that is really being monitored and being properly managed. So definitely, I mean, eyes are on him to make sure that he delivers his best. And of course, the rest of the cards will be Afiz Jinayu versus Sulaiman Suleiman Adosum, and then Latifat Salami versus Edith Okoke. I think the last fight is going to be a female fight. Latifat and then Edith. It's very also good to see that the female fighters are fighting in Africa. And so all eyes will be on Nigeria this weekend, 12th December inside Lekki, Nigeria. To see how they'll be able to put up a um, very good show. A very good show, a very good performance. Um, to make the world know that, yeah, I mean, the Nigeria is there. They've been doing or they are ready to take on the world, and everybody who will give them an opportunity will really come in, and make things happen. So we'll be keeping our eyes on what's going to happen in Nigeria. And so, guys, like I said, the promoter himself, Nelson Azuri, is currently in Nigeria. LPMG boss himself is currently in Nigeria, and so keep your eyes on their page, LPMG, and then you'll catch all the updates on the event. So keep your eyes on that one. We'll also keep our eyes on it. One guy that many Ghanaians will be watching on this card is Mando Planche. How he's going to be able to, uh, put up a very fantastic show after a very long layout, and now that he's being ranked number two on the WBO rankings, how he will live up to the expectations, and see if he can properly secure a fight against Rigondo and the other guys that are in that division, especially Casemiro and Inoue Casemiro and no, sorry, Inoue, Nayo Inoue, and then Casemiro. Those are the guys that he has his eyes on. So we'll see how he'll be able to come up on this event, on this fight, and hopefully he gives people in Nigeria a very good fight for them to want to have him back on their show. So we wish the promoter SBM, we wish him well. We also wish LPMG well. All the guys are currently in Nigeria. The team that's supposed to make this event happen. Nelson is there. Malik is there, and then Snapper is also in Nigeria as we speak. And so I know the whole team is set, and so they'll be able to put a very fantastic show together and then make it happen. So if you're on this card, please make sure that you give the world a very good show, a very good account of yourself, so that, I mean, anytime that we tell the world that a show is happening in Nigeria, people will tune in and will watch. So make sure that you guys give a very good show. TP Rock, Manuel Planche, and all the guys on the event, right? So make sure the whole of Africa will be watching you guys. So make sure you guys give a very good show, enough for, I mean, to convince the world that this is where it is. All right. So away from there, let me go straight to the other topics that is trending in the world of boxing, and that will be this one, right? It's fight week. Anthony Joshua will be back to fight Pulev. He'll be defending his titles against Pulev in UK. I think it's probably the biggest event on the night, on 12th December. Anthony Joshua's returning against Kubrat Pulev. That's going to be the biggest fight on Saturday night. Of course, Anthony Joshua reclaimed his title from Andy Ruiz last year in Dubai. Performance that many people were talking about. But of course, he has to do what he has to do to get his titles back, and then he won it in a very brilliant manner. He really boxed Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz around, and eventually got his titles back. And he was supposed to defend earlier, but because of COVID-19, everybody, not just him, everybody in boxing, sort of, all events were called off. So he was not able to fight. But now We are about 3 days away, or should I say 2 days away, to see him return to defend his WBA Super World Heavyweight title, IBF World Heavyweight title, um, WBO World Heavyweight title, and of course the IBO World Heavyweight title. So he'll be back to defend all these titles against Kubrat Pulev. Pulev has been making a lot of buzz that he's really going to cause an upset on Saturday night. The Bulgarian, you know, has a pretty fantastic record too. You can't take it away from him. He's only lost one. He's lost only one. And the person he lost to was Vladimir Klitschko, a very solid opponent. You know, he's gone on to win all the other fights and setting himself up, to fight Anthony Joshua on Saturday night. He, he fought Derek Chisora, where he won, So I feel like he's really worked his way up to the top now to book this fight. He's really worked his way up to book this fight. So definitely he's going to come in really strong, really tough, to make a very solid statement that he's back. And what he's saying is that he's going to cause an upset. He's going to get the titles back. He's going to defeat Anthony Joshua to get a title and to become a unified champion at age 39. So all eyes are going to be on him to see how he's going to do that live from the SSE Arena in Wembley. That event is going to also be live on the Zone and Sky Sport. So we'll keep our eyes on it and see how it goes. Definitely we'll be awake and we'll be watching this fight. But the exciting thing is that their fights has or have a very exciting card. A lot of the people on the bill or the undercard of this particular event is very interesting. You have let me put that card on for you to see how exciting it is, and you understand where I'm coming from. It's apart from the Anthony Joshua versus Kubrat Pulev fight, we have Lawrence Okoli. He'll be fighting Nikodem Jaweski for the vacant WBO International Cruiserweight title. All right, so Lawrence Okoli is one of Anthony Joshua's signees, AJ Boxing. 14-0, very solid opponent, and is built against another undefeated fighter, Nikodem Jaweski. 19 wins and then 1 draw. All right, so yeah, you can just imagine, 2 undefeated fighters, one from England, the other from Poland. And you know how it goes when the title is on the line. People will go all out, to make sure that they're able to keep the title back home. So Okoli, and then this Okoli's fight is going to be one fight which is also going to live up to probably it could be the biggest fight for me, because I see Okoli and Jaweski as up and coming talents that can really dominate the cruiserweight division. But unfortunately, or fortunately or unfortunately, they've been paired together. But the good thing is that it has the title on the line. So the WBO International Cruiserweight title. Probably whoever wins this one could be able to set itself up to fight for the WBO Cruiserweight title itself. So it's a very good fight. And one fight that's on this card that a lot of people will be tuning in to watch. And another tough fight also on this one is the one between Martin Bakole versus Sergey Kuzmin. All right, Sergey Kuzmin. They'll be fighting for the vacant WBC International Heavyweight title, another heavyweight clash. All right, so man, I can't wait. Heavyweight boxing is buzzing now. The heavyweight division has become very exciting. Guys are really, the promoters are really putting the heavyweights together left and right, making sure that we don't lose sight of the current heavyweights that we have now. Of course, the kings of the divisions are there. Anthony Joshua and then Tyson Fury. But if you look at the talents in the heavyweight division now, like, it's amazing. I think 2 weeks ago or last week, we just watched Joe Joyce and then Daniel Dubois. Two guys that were tipped for greatness. Look at the performance that Joe Joyce put up to secure the victory, the European title. You know, very good performance. People were thinking that Du Bois was going to carry the night, but it didn't go the way that they were thinking, right? It just tells you how exciting the heavyweight division is looking now. So, I mean, just look at this one again. Let's look at the fight again. Martin Bakole versus Sergey Kuzmin. All right. Okay, and so the rest of the fight is Harry Fury versus Marius Wacht, and then we also have Kieron Conway versus Macaulay McGowan, and then Cass Ashfaq will also fight Ashley Lane, and then Florian Marku will fight Alex Fierro. And so it's going to be a very exciting card. A lot of us will be tuning in to watch live on the zone and see how Anthony Joshua will be able to, put up a very good performance to set himself up for Tyson Fury. Or maybe we'll see an upset where um, uh, Kubrat Pulev will overthrow or defeat Anthony Joshua to get to become a unified world champion. You know, it happened before with Andy Ruiz. We can't say exactly the same for Kubrat Pulev, but this is boxing, heavyweight boxing, where one point just changes everything. You know, so um, anything can happen. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen. Of course, the favorite to win in the night is Anthony Joshua, right? But anything can happen. I mean, it could go anybody's way. The favorite, which is Anthony Joshua, has lost when we expected him to win against Andy Ruiz. You know, but you can see that this time is more disciplined, more focused, and the fight is also in is in UK. You know, and he will get at least some fans backing him this time because 1,000 fans will be allowed to go watch this particular event, and definitely you can bet your life on it. A lot of them will be coming on to cheer on Anthony Joshua to secure victory on the night. But you can't take anything from the 39 years old Bulgarian, right? He has nothing to lose. He's already lost. Um, he's already going into the fight as an underdog. And if you've watched what has happened after COVID-19, or you're in COVID-19, like post COVID-19 with shows happening, you realize that there are a lot of upsets happening. A lot of upset. People that we expect them to keep the titles, or some people that we are hoping, or we're hoping that they'll be able to secure victory, has lost. You know, so it could go anybody's way. That's what I'm trying to say. The fight could go anybody's way, and don't ever underestimate somebody or a fighter who has or who's going to see or who's going to compete for titles. Definitely expect him to come in, with his best, and try to overthrow or create a buzz around himself and become the next talk of town within the period that he'll be able to hold the title. All right. So Kubrat Pulev um, will definitely come in very strong and very solid, and hope that he will be able to secure victory. So we'll keep our eyes on this one. Kubrat Pulev versus Anthony Joshua, where Anthony Joshua is, is is doing everything in his power to maintain this particular or this his titles, to set up a possible undisputed um, war against Tyson Fury. So we'll see how it goes. Don't forget, it's going to happen live at the SSE Arena, where 1,000 fans will be allowed to go watch this event. But the good thing is that it's going to be streamed live on Sky Sport Boxing, and it's also going to be live on the zone, so everybody can tune in around the time and enjoy the fight. Um, Now let's come to what is happening, or what we the buzz that is happening this week. The buzz that's happening this week is about Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has dropped a hint that, or has announced via his Instagram, that he's going to be fighting on February 20th. And the name that he put across is something that a lot of people are talking about. Logan Paul. He says he's going to be back in an exhibition fight to fight Logan Paul. This event is being handled by Famio, or Famio Boxing. All right, so Famio is going to bring us Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Logan Paul. So, um, a lot of people are saying, why is Floyd Mayweather taking this fight? There are a lot of legends out there that he could have called, or you know, like we saw Mike Tyson and then Roy Joyce Jr. It was a very good fight, very good. Both these two fighters were both masters of the game in their time. They were amazing and great fighters. All right, maybe Floyd could have called out Oscar De La Hoya, who is retired, or Hopkins, or any of these guys. Maybe um, Ricky Hatton. Let's just give the fans, bring back some memories and all that to create, some, should I say, the return of the legends, because Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. has already started it, so you could have brought somebody like that, equally like an old boxer, or um, a legend of the sport, and see how they would have um, exhibited some skill for the people who were not privileged to say watch them when they were in their prime, enjoy something. But it was straight to a YouTuber. But prior to this, Floyd Mayweather posted a tweet that or he said uh, or he posted via his Instagram that the YouTube girls, are trying to box. So I was even thinking I was he was going to ignore Logan, but unfortunately, the YouTube girls that he was talking about, he finds himself going to fight one. But in any case, Floyd is Floyd. Floyd is one fighter that has achieved a lot in boxing. You know, even though he's not fighting now, he's one of the still the most richest and most talked about boxer. Anytime that the name of Floyd Water drops, a lot of people comment, say something. Still, what people are still following him and following his life and everything that he's doing. The TMT he has signed some fantastic fighters that he's working with, but I feel like it's time for him to cash out again. So this event is going to be on 20th February 2021. Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Logan Paul. You know, I don't know if they'll put their record. Nah, okay, so it's a special exhibition. So definitely it's going to be exhibition. It's not going to add up to their record, because Logan is a professional boxer now. If you go to Box Record and type his name is going to pop up, and he's lost one fight. That's the only fight that he's fought. He lost the fight and to KSI, and then he has another opportunity to say make some more money, right? So yeah, and the good thing is that some legends or some big people in the game are commending even Logan and Floyd Mayweather for accepting the fight. The WBC president is saying that he's definitely going to tune in to watch it, because it feels like this fight is going to draw a lot of eyeballs to boxing, and that's what they want. I think Floyd at the end also made some comment that he didn't really like it, but he would love to promote it, because these guys bring a lot of eyeballs to boxing. And so I feel like I asked myself, people are working so hard, to be able to get opportunity to mount the ring and then exhibit what they can do. But unfortunately, they don't get a chance. All right. Not just people from Africa, but even in the US and then in the UK, fighters are fighting it hard, like really, really fighting to get opportunity to, mount the ring and make something happen for themselves. But it's not happening. And then, or a retired professional boxer comes back and he says he's going to take on a YouTuber, and it's a very big buzz around the world of boxing. So it tells you how the game is becoming now, right? But one thing is for sure, with Floyd in the ring, he's going to bring in some very good fight, very good um, defense, and footworks and all that. You know what Mayweather can do, right? So definitely we are expecting some very good performance from Mayweather tomorrow. Sorry, on February 20th, 2021, when he takes on Logan Paul. What do you also feel about this? Let me get your comments on what you think about how this is going to end. Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. You can send in your comments and then we'll read it as soon as possible. So let's just get your comment on what you think the night is going to be, and how you feel about this particular fight that Mayweather is going to um we're going to return to take on or going to return to fight, right? So let's get your comments on that one too as well. Um, the last thing I'll be talking about is this particular fight. Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is back this weekend as well. He'll be fighting Toka Khan Clary. Toka Khan Clary. That's his opponent on Saturday night. This event is a Boram event or Top Rank. Will be live on ESPN. So after watching Anthony Joshua and Kubrat Pulev, we'll switch straight to the USA. We'll be going straight to the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, to tune in to watch Shakur Stevenson versus Toka Khan Clary. The main event is Felix Verdoya versus Nakatani. Don't forget, Nakatani lost to Teofimo Lopez. I feel like one of the toughest fight of Teofimo Lopez. He took him to the end of the round. He lost by unanimous decision, but it was a very good test and a very good fight for Teofimo Lopez. But now Nakatani is back, to fight Felix Verdoyo, in a lightweight contest. So we'll keep our eyes on that one too and see how it goes. But you can't take your eyes off. But you can't take your eyes off Shakur Stevenson, who will be back in the ring, also on 12 December. Shakur Stevenson will also be back on 12 December this weekend, to tell the world or to exhibit his skills and show the world why he's the best. So we'll also keep our eyes on that fight too as well. So the top rank card, you have I want to walk you through the top rank event. You have Felix Verdojo versus Masayoshi Nakatani. Yeah, that's going to be in a lightweight contest. Then we also have Shakur Stevenson versus Toka Khan Clary, who will be fighting in a super featherweight contest. The light fly will see Jesse Rodriguez versus Saul Juarez. All right, so that's it with that. And then the 15-0 is knocked out all the 15 opponents. He's had 15 fights. He's won all the 15 fights by way of knockout. I'm talking about Edgar Berlanga. He'll be back to take on Ulysses Sierra. Sierra has lost only one fight. It's also won 15 fights and drawn 2. So let's see how it goes. Edgar has gradually become the talk of town. He's gradually becoming the talk of town. People are liking him after his last victory. We've seen him with a lot of stars, up and down. Saying that a lot of them are commending him for his performance. They're saying that he can be a very, one for the future. So we'll keep our eyes on him and see how he'll be able to, secure victory against Ulysses Sierra, on Saturday night, and also a featherweight battle between Robesi Ramirez versus Brandon Valdez. All right, and then another middleweight contest between Clay Collard versus Quincy Lavales. And then we have Elvis Rodriguez versus Lawrence James Friars. Another featherweight a featherweight contest between Heaven Bradley Jr. and then Michael Land. And the last fight will be a welterweight title between um, Kasir Goldstein versus Mark Clammy. So that's it on the top rank side, right? But of course, the big one that everybody will keep his eyes on will be this kid, Shakur Stevenson versus Clary, and how he will be able to, secure victory. Uh, Shakur is a former world champion, you know, and he's in this super featherweight division to still make a statement for himself. And so to be able to, keep up that statement that he wants to make is very or extremely important that he secures victory against Enclavi. The good thing is that as part of his preparations, he was fortunate to have Terence Crawford in his in camp with him, motivating and training him, motivating and psyching him to keep him focused for the fight. That's one thing I like about the top rank card. When one of them is fighting, you see all of them, you know, motivating and or at least coming, being in the corner or in the camp and motivating them, to be able to secure victory when they are in the ring. And so we'll see Shakur Davis in the ring on Saturday night, and then he'll be fighting against Toka Clary. Toka Clary. So keep your eyes on it, and then we will definitely update you on how things will go. Keep your eyes on it, and then we'll update you on how things go. So those are the events happening over the weekend. These are the events happening over the weekend. I'm sure you have one that you've already planned that you're going to watch. And so make sure that you watch that particular event that you have planned that you want to watch. Anthony Joshua will be returning to defend his WBA, WBO, IBF, and IBF titles against Kubrat Pulev in UK. And Mayweather is also scheduled to fight Logan Paul on February 20th. That's a FAMIO event, so it's going to be an exhibition fight. And so definitely we'll be keeping our eyes and see how it's going to go. And then LPMG SBM show will be coming on this weekend. Like as they've said, there's been a lot of buzz about this particular fight or this particular event in Nigeria. So we'll keep our eyes on it and see how it's going to go. Currently, Snapper, Nelson, and then Malik are currently in Nigeria. They are the owners of SBM and LPMG Promotions. They together they make it happen, and so they are currently in Nigeria, in Lagos to be precise. And the plan is to make sure that Saturday night the world will see a world-class event happening in Nigeria. So we'll keep our eyes on it and see how things will go. Now, there was one particular event in Ghana that got postponed, which was the Ace Power Promotions box office sports promotions event. Got postponed in Ghana because there were some expectations that the promoters were expecting the Ministry of Sports to take care of, which is in respect to the COVID-19 test that they promised the promoters that they were going to take care of those costs. But unfortunately, because of the elections and everything in Ghana, they were not able to follow through with their promise. And so the show was called off or was cancelled. The show was scheduled to happen on November 29th at the Bukom Boxing Arena or the Gamashi Hall in the Bukom Boxing Arena. But it didn't happen because of what I said, the COVID-19 test that where the promoters have promised that they'll be taken care of didn't really happen. So the event got postponed. But within the week, we've seen Ace Power Promotions put up a new date for the show. They're saying that the event is going to happen on 24th December. That's on Christmas Day, so it means on Christmas Day, boxing will be back in Ghana again. That'll be promoted by Ace Power Promotions and then Box Office Sports Promotions. We'll try as much as possible to get Ace Power Promotions on the show before 24th December, where we'll talk about how the event is going to happen, how they feel about first of all, the ministry not following through to their promise and how they'll be able to make this event happen. First, we'll find out, are they going to bear the cost, or they are thinking that, or they are hoping by the time the event gets to the 24th, the ministry would have been back, and then they'll be able to, deliver on the promise that they were told them. But regardless, we'll try as much as possible to reach Aspire Promotions, Kofi Infinity, have a conversation with him, and then what we get from him, we'll definitely update our followers and then our fans. Another thing that happened over the weekend was the performance by Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence um, gave a very good fight. He put a performance that, uh, I mean, for me, I didn't even feel like he's even had an accident. 'Cause he really put up a very good show, fought well, his defense, I mean, everything was on point. Everything. If Danny Garcia came with a game plan, I feel like Errol Spence was better on the night that he wasn't even able to, execute it. Many times you could see his father telling him, or Danny Garcia say, it looks like you're fighting like you're scared of him. You're giving him too much chance. I mean, that is exactly what was happening. Errol Spence was so good on the night that Danny Garcia couldn't handle him. He couldn't handle the pressure and everything that Errol Spence was giving him. And that tells you how good and how amazing the fighter Errol Spence is. The good thing that also happened on that day was that Terence Crawford was in attendance when he was fighting. I even thought that Terence will, or Crawford will mount the ring and then, have a conversation. But, it didn't happen. But regardless, it's still good for boxing. It has started, or it has gone, the bars that we need for the Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. fight is still heightened after what we saw Errol Spence, or the performance that Errol Spence gave over the weekend. So it's two ways. Either we see Errol Spence versus um, Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao's MP Promotions president Sean Gibbons has also said that um, Pacquiao was really impressed about the performance of Errol Spence, and he's considering that he would want to take him on or fight him in a unification. But don't forget, Pacquiao currently has a WBA welterweight title, and then the IBF and then the WBC are with Errol Spence. But Errol Spence is saying that, like, he's going to line everybody up, so everybody should relax. He's going to line everybody. Everybody will have his turn. Currently, um, he's already fought Kell Brook. He's fought Sean Portes, and now he's finished up with Danny Garcia. Who knows? Maybe Errol Spence, sorry, Terence Crawford will be the next person. And if we don't see Crawford, maybe Manny Pacquiao, will be the next person that you fight. But one thing is for sure, I just wish and hope that, to keep the hype and everything going, this he fights a very credible boxer, to keep it going, because it's very important. If you want to be the best, you need to fight the best. And I think Errol Spence has done a pretty good job with that. That we have to give to him. After securing a title, the people that he's fought so far, I think, fantastic. So um, we'll keep our eyes on, see how things unfold. But he said everybody should relax for him. Everybody's going to get his turn. Now he's the king of the division. He has two titles. He has the IBF, and then he also has the WBC. And he's done pretty well. I was really, really impressed about the performance that he put up on Saturday night. Again, he didn't look like somebody who's had an accident. All right. And he also tweeted something that I feel like he's right. This year so far, two fighters that Derek James managed or trains with have been able to become undisputed. I'm talking about the Chalo. He's I mean, Chalo. Derek James has guided Chalo to secure those undisputed titles, right? And now he also has Errol Spence, who came back after a brutal accident, a very fatal accident, to still defend all the two titles that he won before the accident. All right, so I feel like it's high time that they give the trainer of the year to Derek James, because he's done a very good job. He deserves it, and hopefully they will be able to give it to him, and then everything goes well. But nonetheless, a big congratulations to our Spence for the performance that he put on the night. He really, really did well, and we wish him well in front of Dallas. I mean, his people in Dallas, and it was a very good show at the AT&T Arena in Arlington, in Dallas. So, well done, Errol Spence. We wish you well. Hopefully, you continue ruling for the division as long as you can, and hopefully, just like your tweet says that everybody's going to get his turn. You give the guys their turn. You know, uh, you give people like Terrence Comfort a chance. You give people like I won't say chance because he also is already a world champion. So you agree for that fight to happen, and then let's see who really will rule the division. So yeah, and on that card, a Ghanaian was on the card. Habib Ahmed, he fought Fonduro, Sebastian Fondura, sorry. Very good fight. Very good performance from Sebastian Fondura. He was very tall. I mean, it's a very tall fighter, 6.6 inches box. I mean, look at it's a very tall fighter. And I could see a 6 inches Habib Ahmed. The fight was almost like a David and Goliath, sort of type of fight. You could see uh, Fondura very tall, and then you could see Habib just right somewhere around his chest. But one thing I liked about Habib Ahmed is he really gave a very good fight. He he went all out. He tried everything in his power to fight, and unfortunately, he just lost to a very good fighter. Or um, I feel like Fondora came in really really strong, and and it was too much of a. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. Anywhere, it was almost everywhere. And so I I wasn't surprised he won. No, I wasn't surprised. I feel like Fondura himself will be a threat to a lot of the people in that particular division because of his height and his reach and everything. Even if he jabs, he's giving you like a very long gap. It took look at how difficult it was for Habib to even get in under his his ribs to even punch. So it tells you how tall the guy was. Right, but nevertheless, Habib gave a very good performance. I'm very happy with the performance that he gave. Well done. Well, we wish you well. Hopefully, you can bounce back after this defeat. I know you're on your way to Nigeria to meet your team in Nigeria, and so we wish you a safe flight and come land successfully, and then hopefully things work well. Things will go well, guys. It's been amazing having you guys here. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, kindly go on to YouTube and then subscribe to the YouTube. It's KBOXtv, KBOXtv, just like you see here, and also like our Facebook, and then our Twitter as well. We are also on Instagram, KBOXtv. Just subscribe. Choose all of these people. Choose any of these social media handles, and subscribe. Um, and then we'll be back here later in the evening with Kujo Amedoda and then Daniel Sowa, where we'll be discussing the matters in boxing. So don't go far and keep your eyes on KBox TV, where we'll still bring you the best in boxing news around the world. All right. So I'll leave by wishing LPMG and SBM the best on their show that is happening in Nigeria on Saturday night. A lot of people have eyes on it. We hope that you guys will be able to deliver and do the things like how you've been doing it already. All right. So we wish you guys well, and that's how we end the show for today. I had a few comments coming in. This is from Narcis Hosanna. He said hi. Hi, hello, and also from YouTube, Omar Rodriguez. Omar, hi. Hi too. Thanks for tuning in to watch us. And thank you guys for always making sure for tuning in to watch us anytime you're here. We're really grateful and we wish you the best. Hopefully, we'll have very exciting cards this weekend because a lot of us will be watching from different parts of the world, So we hope that the people that will be fighting will give us a very good fight and something to be excited about and to come here next weekend to talk about again. Until then, have a very good night and may God bless you.